All right. Welcome everyone to our gentle practice. Oh, my name is Kaylin, your friendly Kripalu yoga teacher. And so Kripalu yoga is all about embodying this moment. So if there's anything that I am guiding you towards that doesn't feel right in your body, and I want you to feel empowered in this moment, because the reality is you know your body so much better than I am ever going to know your body. So I want to be here to guide you, to lead you, to offer suggestions, but fundamentally it's your responsibility to feel safe in this moment. And so listening to the cues of your body, following your intuition. And if like we're doing a pose and you don't dig it, feel free to do whatever it is that's going to make your heart sing today. And I will totally credit my 6-year-old with the phrase making your heart sing, because she has said it like 18 times this past week. And I was like, oh, I got to use that in a yoga class, right? So pulling inspiration from life wherever it may be and bringing it onto the mat, that's like the joy and practice of yoga and coming together in these spaces. But our goal, like our focus for today, is going to be manifesting, right? So we're going to start our practice with just setting an intention and really checking back in throughout the practice to try to give our love and energy and awareness to cultivating the things in our life that are going to make our heart sing. See, used it again. Perfect. Oh, all right. So beginning in a comfortable seated position. And when I say this, it is literally any position that's going to feel comfortable to you. And if there's no seated position that feels safe and comfortable for you in your body right now, then by all means, please lay down on the ground, lay down on a couch, the bed. Again, your practice, right? So I'm going to sit here in Sukhasana, which is a traditional yogi pose, but just another great option is also I believe it's Virasana or diamond lace. So like I'm using a pillow here. I like to use cushions because it takes pressure off the knees and just makes things feel a little bit cozier. But if I were to do it without a cushion, right, it's just knees together, feet together, and sitting back on the heels. So finding something, maybe something new, maybe something you've never tried before. Seize the moment. Today is the day, my friend. So once you find that seat, if you happen to be in one, really feel those sits bones grounding you and connecting you to the earth, to your cushion, to whatever you're seated on. Because to manifest in this life, we really need to feel grounded, right? We need to feel grounded, centered, in alignment with an open flow of energy. And that's where the magic happens. That's where the manifesting can start. So we want to take that time to really ground in, settle in, and then beginning by making some circles with the torso here. You can really round the spine, tuck the chin into chest, and come all the way forward, opening up that heart space. Beautiful. Nice and big. And then when you're ready, reverse, go in the opposite direction. And then begin to let those circles get a little smaller and a little smaller with each round here. And the idea here is that you are circling around your center until finally you find yourself in that perfect position where the head is over the heart is over your center, opening up that nice line of energy, and then feeling that energy beginning at the sits bones and going up all the way, extending out through the crown of the head and then coming back into the body. Right? So through the sits bones, we have that strong connection to Mother Earth. And through the crown of the head, we have that connection to the stars, the heavens, the cosmos. Take a big deep breath in. Pull the shoulders up towards the ears. And exhale to soften those shoulders like butter down the back body. And then choosing, if you want, palms down. That's sort of a gesture of it's more closed off. It's going to keep you warmer. That's really great if you're feeling like a little vulnerable, if you just sort of have had enough today and just need to be with the self. And then palms up would be that gesture of openness, receiving from the universe and cooling down. So try both out and stick with what's going to feel right for you in this moment. And from this place of centeredness, of openness, of presentness, allow those eyes to soften on the earth just a few feet in front of you, like fuzzing up the edges of your sight, or allow those eyes to close all the way. And begin by bringing your awareness to your breath here. Slowing everything down. Knowing that there will be time to set your intention for your practice, but right now is about coming into your fullest alignment so that you can set an intention that will make the heart sing. It will bring you joy and purpose so that it can radiate out from you like a ripple on the water. Everyone you see or meet will feel that. And will think, oh, that's what I want too. Breathing deep here. When you feel like you've gone inward, you're connecting to your truest self. From that place, set your intention for this practice. What is it that will create more harmony in your life, more joy in your life? What's going to make you sing and shimmy and shake as you walk down the street? What is going to help you lean further into your abundance in this life? As you continue to breathe in deeply here, in through the nose and out through the nose, imagine that that breath is feeding that intention, helping it to grow bigger, stronger, more sturdy, erasing any doubts you may have about bringing this thing to its fullest fruition. And then option to layer on that Dirga breath, where you breathe into first the bottom of the belly, feeling that belly button expand out, and then into the low ribs, and then all the way up into the upper chest. And then exhaling to bring that breath all the way back down to the bottom of the belly. Giving yourself a few moments here to be with this intention, to nurture it, whilst connecting to the breath. Taking 3 more intentional breaths here. And then returning to a natural state of breathing, acknowledging that because you're here witnessing the breath, it's not going to be like completely natural, right? We're altering the state by observing it. However, releasing the form and attention, allowing yourself just to breathe here, just to be. Manifesting requires a certain amount of just being and letting things come to fruition, not forcing, not controlling. That energy of the crescent moon. And as you're ready, allow those eyelids to flutter back open, returning to this space here. And begin to make some circles with the nose. Big circles, small circles. Paying special attention to the muscles of the neck. If there's any places Maybe you're pinching, numb, tingling, just a little achy breaky. You can always rock back and forth in those spots, giving them a little extra love, letting them know that they're heard and seen and validated, and then continuing on with the circle. And then reversing, going in the opposite direction. Seeing if you can move with the breath here. Perhaps inhale to come all the way up. And exhale to continue on the way down. Remembering that this is a safe space for sighs, moans, groans. You have full permission to let it all out. The next time you come back, chin to chest, you're at the bottom of your circle. Inhale to bring the head back to center. And then bringing one palm to the earth. Inhale to lift the other arm up and overhead here, starting in a side stretch. And that could be hand to hips or even both hands on the hips, right? Like if you're finding yourself in a seat rather than on the earth, this could be quite helpful. And it's the same stretch, right? It's just coming from the hips up. So the hips are staying firmly rooted here. Opening up the side body, breathing into that area. And then inhale to open, coming back to center. Exhale to the other side. Eyes could stay opened or closed. These could be straight ahead or even up to the sky. Yeah. Knowing you never need to be static in your poses. There's always the permission to move in whatever way feels natural to you. Inhale to come all the way back to center. And then exhale, twist, turn, and look out past that back shoulder. One hand pressing firmly into the earth, the other hand coming to the outer edge of that opposite leg. Each inhale, an opportunity to lift and lengthen. Each exhale, an opportunity to twist and turn, looking out past that back shoulder. Breathing deep here. Inhale to come back through to center. Exhale to twist and turn, looking out past the back shoulder. Breathing deep here. Remembering you have everything you need to be successful in this space. And seeing if you can still use those breaths here to connect to that intention you set for yourself at the beginning of your practice. Acknowledging that no one else can manifest anything for you in this life. This is your work to do. Inhale to come back to center and then rolling forward onto hands and knees here. We're going to start all the way at the back of the mat. Feet can even come off of the mat. Inhale, bring the right knee forward and then wrap it around that left leg. And then inhale, unwrap that left knee, bring it forward, wrap it around the right leg. And so we're going to cross crawl towards the front end of the mat. This is just some good cross hemispheric integration for the brain, creating a new neural pathways in the brain, strengthening old ones, helping with focus to manifest that intention. And then once you can't go any farther forward, say because you might hit a plant or the wall, begin to unravel, unwind, and move on back. Mm. Oh. And I really like that when you go back, like leaning back, you just get a real nice stretch in the legs there. Mm. Oh, and once you've made it all the way to the back of the mat here, you can then come to the center of your mat into tabletop. So knees under hips, hands under shoulders, choosing either to really use full palm like a starfish, really pressing into the palm and the fingertips, or if you experience sensitivity in the wrist like I do with carpal tunnel, you can make fists and stack those under the shoulders. Whatever you're choosing, then tuck that belly button up and in here. And take a moment just to be in this foundational pose, right? Manifesting, bringing your dreams to fruition. It takes a strong foundation. And then from here, inhale, drop the belly, open the heart, lift the gaze. Exhale, round the spine, slide the shoulder blades apart, tuck the chin into chest. Now continuing this flow with your own divine timing, following that inhale through the nose, that exhale through the nose to guide your timing. A few more rounds here. And then inhale to come back to center, that nice flat back, gaze straight ahead of you on the earth. Inhale, lift the right leg out to the side and begin to make some hip circles here. Really, really focusing on not necessarily like bigger circles, but keeping your center here. It's more important that you keep those shoulders over the hands, the hips over the knees, and you make extra big circles and lose your center of balance. Staying grounded and centered to achieve all of your dreams into reality. And then reversing, going in the opposite direction here. Inhale, now bring that knee forward. So right knee by right hand, right foot by left thigh. And then slide the left leg back. Preparing for Kapotasana, pigeon. And then inhale, press up and into those fingertips, coming up into King Pigeon. Now pause to look behind you. See if that leg is straight behind you. If not, square those hips, pulling the left hip forward, the right hip back. That keeps your hips nice and square towards the front edge of your mat. Looking forward, taking a big deep breath in here. And then exhale to melt yourself down towards the earth. So the goal here is for your forehead to make contact with something. So that might mean bringing a block or a pillow, some prop to support you. Or you could stack arms on arms, fist on fist, or just bring it all the way down here. Pausing for 4 breaths here. Really surrendering into this posture to get the most out of it. One more deep breath, your biggest breath yet today. And then inhale to slowly rise on up. Slide that back leg back forward. And then returning to that tabletop pose. All right, once again, setting up in the integrity of tabletop, beginning with the foundations. And then when you're ready, inhale, lift that left leg out to the side and begin those hip circles. Nice and slow, remembering less is more. If you are doing big ones and you're like moving all over, okay? So just then try taking it back a little bit. And then reversing, going in the opposite direction here. Nice, big, deep breaths. Gaze straight on the earth in front of you, keeping the neck in alignment. And then inhale, bring that left knee forward, left knee by right hand, left foot by right thigh. And then begin to slide that back leg back. The farther the leg goes back, the deeper the stretch will be. Scissor hug those legs. So right hip, left hip back, right hip forward. And then coming up onto those fingertips, rising tall in king pigeon, connecting to those muscles in the belly here to help keep you upright in that nice straight line of energy. Big deep breath here, and then exhale to begin to bring it on down to the earth into resting pigeon for 4 breath cycles. Fully receiving the support of Mother Earth beneath you so that you can almost melt into this posture. One more breath cycle here. And then inhale to come up onto the hands one more time, up and into king pigeon. And then bringing the palms to the earth, knees together, feet together. Take a moment and just sit back on the heels and then circle the wrists, because we're going to go back to tabletop here. We're going to spend a lot of time in tabletop in this practice. So we just want to be tending to the hands. You can open and close the fingers. Or you can do as a, I don't know if it was coined by Yoga with Adriene, but this is where I learned the term like the thriller arms, where you like bring them forward, kind of like you're in tabletop, and then like flip them the other way. So, you know, just a little hand love here, taking care of the wrists. Tending to the body for longevity of yoga practice. All right, forward onto hands and knees here. And then bring the right hand to the center of the mat and inhale, open up that left arm and to begin to make some arm circles. And this could be done either with the palm to the mat, or you could go fist, just like if you're in tabletop and you experience sensitivity from fists. Then reverse, going in the opposite direction. Breathing deep here. Beautiful. And then reversing here. So now, and the left hand replaces the right, and then opening up that right side. Ooh, I feel it on the right side. And then reverse. Oh, I can hear my shoulder. It's weird. You know you're getting older when. All right, exhale, bring that hand to the earth. Bring both hands to the front of the mat here. Take a big deep breath in through the nose. And then exhale, bring that forehead down towards the earth or a block. Pausing here for 4 breaths in puppy pose. Hips up over the knees here. And scooch the knees back a little bit if you need to. Option to rock the forehead side to side to get a nice little brow line massage here. Walk both hands over towards the front edge of your mat and lean into the left. Ooh, get a nice side stretch in there. And then walking the hands over to the left. Forehead can move too. Leaning into the right. Oh, feeling that side stretch up in here. Oh, and then inhale back to center. Bringing the hands back under the shoulders and tabletop. Inhale, right hand to the sky. Exhale, melt that shoulder down towards the earth. Coming in to thread the needle. Left hand can stay where it is or extend it straight out in front of you. Soften the eyes here. Surrendering once again to the support of Mother Earth beneath you for 4 breath counts. One more breath cycle here. And then inhale, slide that hand back under the shoulder. Returning to that tabletop for just a moment here. Inhale the left hand to the sky. Exhale, thread the needle on the other side here. Oh, choosing what you want to do with that right hand. Keep it where it is or slide it forward. And then fully surrendering by softening the eyes, bringing that journey inward and reconnecting to the idea of your intention. What would you need to do to achieve this goal? Knowing that you have all the love and support in your life that you need to manifest your intentions. Inhale, slide that hand back under the shoulder, pressing back up to tabletop. And then walking the hands towards the front edge of the mat and slowly lowering yourself all the way down onto the earth, taking all the time you need here. Hands under shoulders, elbows tucked into the side body, forehead, mouth, or chin on the mat. And then on an inhale, pressing into the pelvis, the tops of the thighs, the feet coming up into a baby cobra. Exhale to lower it down. Continuing with this pattern, a little flow of inhale to lift. Exhale to lower, playing if you'd like to press into those palms. Perhaps even coming all the way up to an upward facing dog. And exhaling back down, remembering this is all about what will serve you in your practice. There's no need to go any farther than what feels right to you in this moment. One more time here, keeping those elbows nice and tucked into the side body. Exhaling back down and then pushing all the way back, knees together, feet together, or coming into extended child's pose with the edge of the mat, toes touching, and melting the hips back and down into child's pose. Pausing here for 4 breath cycles. Inhale to slowly roll on up, bringing the knees together, toes together. option here to either come to the tops of the feet or curl those toes under. Inhale, arms side to side. Exhale, one arm on top of the other. Give yourself a nice big hug. Acknowledging that you are completely competent and able to do anything in this life. Inhale, open up side to side. Exhale, opposite arm on top. Once again, affirming your ability to create wonderful things in this lifetime. One more big breath in. And then exhale to come forward onto the hands. If you're on those toes, tap the feet out. Beautiful. Knees together, toes together, sitting back on the heels. Inhale. Once again, checking in, like at the beginning of practice, is the head over the heart, heart over the center, that nice open line of energy. And then inhale, open up those arms right in front of you at shoulder height. Exhale, rotate the palms out in the opposite direction. Swim the hands back and behind, and then either interlace those fingers. And if you are able to do that, do the opposite thumb on top you normally do. So it's going to feel a little bit odd. But again, it's that cross hemispheric integration, which is going to help with the neural pathways in the brain, which is going to help you focus, which is going to help you manifest your goals. It's worth it, I promise. Or grabbing onto a strap. Either or, whichever you're choosing here. Inhale, open up that heart space. Pull the hands back and down. And then exhale, begin to hinge forward from the hips, melting the torso over the thighs, forehead to the earth or a block. Arms lifted up, back and behind, overhead. Pausing here for 4 breaths. Coming into Yoga Mudra, where the wisdom of the heart is elevated above the wisdom of the head. This wisdom of the heart that will guide you towards your goals, especially a goal step that will make your heart sing. Breathing deep here. Last breath. And then inhale, fire up the muscles of the belly and use those to lift you with that nice flat back, extending through the crown of the head all the way back up to that seated position. And then releasing those hands and letting the hands literally float back to the thighs. Pausing for a breath cycle here. Lovely. Okay, coming onto the sides of the hips now. Bring the feet in front of you. Soles of the feet detach. Legs go out side to side like a big diamond here. And acknowledging that the closer the feet are to the hips, the deeper the stretch is going to be. So take a moment to just check in with yourself. What's going to feel ooey gooey good to you today? And then once you've found your spot, let's inhale, lift the feet up toward the knees up towards the ceiling. Exhale to pull those thighs down towards the earth. Inhale. Exhale, finding that balance in your movement, in your breath. We practice this on the mat so that it can be carried out into the world. One more big deep breath in here. And then exhale, really pull those thighs as close to the earth as they're going to get, as long as it feels good, right? It's all about finding that sweet spot where you can sort of feel the stretch everywhere, but nowhere specifically, there's not any acute pain or discomfort. And then interlacing the fingers to wrap around the toes or holding onto the shins here. And inhaling to lift tall through the crown, keeping the shoulders softened down the back body. Pausing here. And then on the next exhale, see how far forward you can hinge from the hips and keep that nice flat back. Big deep breaths, perhaps turning up the corner edges of the mouth in a little yogi smile to bring some joy to your practice. And then exhale, melt and round forward. Elbows go outside to side and breathing deep here. Inhale to slowly roll back up here to that seated position. And then extend both legs straight out in front of you. And I will add a little pro tip here. It can be super nice to find a cushion or a folded blanket and sit like on the very edge of it so that you're almost even falling off of it. And what this does is it tilts the pelvis slightly forward and it helps you lift and lengthen through the crown of the head without using so much strain from the muscles in the front and the back body to keep that nice flat back. So that's an option for you. Feet nice and active, like they're pressed up against the wall. I hope my feet aren't too dirty on the bottom, but I was weeding in a garden all day today, so maybe. And then inhale to bring the hands to heart center. Exhale to twist and just look out to the side. So it's not a real deep twist. Inhale to center. Exhale to turn. And sort of practicing this idea that it's better to take small steps in the right direction than big steps in the wrong direction, right? Less can be more. If you're doing something that's in tune, in alignment, coming from a place of integrity, setting the body up, that's what's the most important thing here, not how far into a pose you can go. More time on each side, getting nice and even here. And then bend the right leg, pressing the sole of the foot into the left inner thigh, keeping that length and extension, shoulders softened. Inhale to lift the arms up and overhead, gaze follows. And then exhale, hinge forward from the hips, just like when we were in that cobbler's pose. Only going as far as you can while keeping a nice flat back and acknowledging that depending on the length of your muscles, your tendons, your bones, it's going to actually depend your flexibility level. Like I've got like really tight hamstrings. And so I can't actually go that far while keeping a nice flat back. And if you can, more power to you, my friend, get after it. Big deep breath in and then exhale to round the body forward, grabbing onto the leg, perhaps hands to the toes. And if you really want to get to the toes, but you're not able to do that, guess what? You could just bend that leg and come forward. Ain't no shame in that game. Up to you to decide how you want to do your practice. I'd rather you bend the knee a little bit than push your body into something that it's not able to do and potentially damage something in the long run. Inhale to slowly roll on back up to center, and we'll switch coming to the other side now. All right, so same alignment, same cues. Nice and active foot, lifting up tall through the crown of the head. Shoulders down the back body. Check, check, check. Beautiful. Inhale to lift the hands up overhead. Exhale to forward fold, coming towards those toes here. Acknowledging that both sides of the body may feel a little bit different. Like I can get a little bit farther on this side than I can on the other. Big deep breath in here. And then exhale to round it forward, bringing it all the way down to that toe or the leg. Breathing deep. Inhale to slowly roll on up. So very sorry. Clearly forgot to put my phone on silence. Apologies. All right, so coming back up to center here, moving any props out of the way and coming to lay down on the earth here. Oh, knees can stay bent. And then reaching down to see if the middle fingers can just touch the heels. And if you can see me, like actually my middle fingers go much farther past my heels. So I'm going to scooch the heels forward just a little bit so that I can just reach that there. And then palms down to the earth here. And then inhale, press into the feet, lift the hips, pressing into the shoulders, the arms, palms of the hands, and then exhale to lower it all back down to the ground. So we're gonna do that flow a few times here. Once again, following the divine timing of your own breath, using all of that inhale to lift the hips and all of the exhale to slowly lower. Feeling that breath entering the body through the inhale and leaving the body through the exhale. One more round here. And then on the next inhale, the next breath cycle, I want you to find a place that you can hold and hold steady for 4 breaths. And that may be here like we just did, or you can roll the shoulders under the back body and then interlace the fingers and really press into the fists or the fists here. Helping you to lift that chest towards the chin towards the sky, all maintaining that natural curve in the back of the neck. Inhaling one more breath here. And exhale to slowly bring it down. Walking the feet to be the width, I can say this, width edge of your mat. And then windshield weight, bring those legs side to side. Beautiful. Bring those knees back up to center here. And then we're going to cross the right foot over the left thigh. And then inhale to kick that left foot up off the earth, interlacing fingers behind the thigh. Left foot nice and active, like it's pressed against the wall. And if you're coming into this and this feels like more than you're able to offer right now, you don't actually need to interlace the hands. That's going to deepen that stretch. So choosing something that's going to work for you. That foot could even always stay on the earth. And then breathing deep here. Eyes could soften or close if you have bright lighting above you like I do. With each exhale, see if you can melt into the support of the earth a little more. And imagine that the earth beneath you is also supporting your intention to fully manifest. One more big deep breath in here, and then exhale to lower that foot down to the earth. Uncross the legs and coming to the other side now. Inhaling that leg up and over. Lifting that foot up off the earth, keeping it nice and active. And then choosing if you'd like to interlace those fingers. And if this isn't even, if you want more than this, right? You can even press that knee away from the body. That never really feels right in my body, so I don't ever do it. But if it feels right for you, awesome. That's what I want you to find, is what's gonna nourish you. What's gonna, wait for it, make your heart sing. That's right. Beautiful job here. One more big breath in. Deep brush, nourishing breath. And exhale to bring that foot down to the earth. Unravel that leg and then bring the soles of the feet to touch the legs. Go out side to side. Palms can come up on either side of the body. Once again, you could bring the hands onto the thighs to open and deepen up into that stretch a little bit more. You can bring a hand to the heart, a hand to the belly. Breathing deep here. Breathing into the body, into your practice. Acknowledging that you've done the bulk of the work here now. It's just a sweet slide on into Shavasana from here. One more breath cycle here. And then hug the knees up in towards the chest. Oh, gently rock side to side, giving yourself a nice little massage on the back. Playing with your sense of balance. How far can you go from side to side without going just a little too far? And then let the knees fall all the way to one side of the body. Open up the arms like a big Texas T at shoulder height, or if you've got a space issue like I do, you can bend at the elbows. And then turn the head to look in the opposite direction of the knee. Breathing deep here. Knowing that twists are known for their magic of releasing. So if there's something that's stopping you from manifesting your goal, something that's holding you back, now is the time to let go. Inhale to bring the knees to center, the head to center, and exhale on over to the other side, turning the head to look in the opposite direction. Breathing deep here. Inhale to come back up to center. And taking this last moment here to just take any stretches that would feel ooey gooey good to you. There's no right or wrong here. There's just listening to the body. Could be a traditional yoga pose or something completely unique to you. And then when you're ready, settling on into that Shavasana. Stretching those legs out, bringing the palms up on either side of the body. If you're menstruating, it could be nice to place a pillow or blanket over the pelvis, or if you're experiencing any discomfort in the low back, you could try rolling up a blanket or using blocks or pillows under the knees to take that bend out of the low back. So taking all the time you need here to make these small adjustments, acknowledging that the more relaxed you are, the more you're going to get out of your Shavasana, the more you're going to integrate the wisdom of your practice into your life at large. So it's worth it to take those few extra moments here. And then as you settle in and soften the eyes or close them, taking one last time to hold that manifestation, that idea, that intention in your hands. Breathe the life into it. Honor it with your awareness, your attention. Then I want you to imagine letting it go out into the world to blossom, committing to nurturing it from where you are so that it can do the work it needs to become your reality. And then as you're ready, drifting off into your Shavasana. Taking a few more deep breaths in here. Wiggling the fingers and toes. Taking any final stretches. I feel good here. Before rolling onto one side of the body. Curled up in the fetal position, using that lower arm as a pillow for the head. Other hand pressing into the earth. Taking a last sweet and savory moment of integration here. Pausing for a final breath cycle. Before then pressing into that palm, gently making your way towards a comfortable seated position. Sitting up nice and tall, opening up that line of energy in the body again. Bringing the hands to heart center, placing one palm on top of the other here. And closing the practice with 3 Oms. Big deep breath in. My wish for you on this day and every day that follows is peace of body, peace of heart, and peace of mind. Namaste, my friends. Be well, and we'll see you next time. Take care now.